Hello, my name is Neela Mehta, and I'm an undergraduate student at the University of Miami. This study, in conjunction with a team from Florida International University, examines how the sound and color-based components of Preksha meditation impact short-term memory, attention, and mood in college students. As a practice, meditation is increasingly being found to produce impressive benefits, especially with focus and attention. That being said, very few studies have determined specifically the impacts of individual components of meditation, and none in new practitioners of meditation. Experienced meditators, though, have demonstrated different patterns in behavioral, EEG, and fMRI changes. This study aims to assess the impacts of individual components of two meditation practices as they are used in Preksha Dhyana. The first is called Mahapraan and is a sound-based form of meditation that involves producing a humming or buzzing sound upon exhalation. The second is a color-based meditation with a focus on the color green. The participants are guided through a relaxation phase and then through a green imagery phase. They were then instructed to picture the color green.
Guidelines for buzzing. Select a comfortable posture, back and neck in a straight line. Make yourself comfortable, relaxed. Your palms on your knees, relaxed. Breathe in. As you breathe in, your abdominal muscles expand. As you breathe out, they squeeze in. Now tie up this breathing with the buzzing sound. When you buzz, inhale long. Create the sound of the buzzing bee as long as you can. Here's a demo. Inhale.
The participants of this study were college students from Florida International University, or FIU. They were placed into one of 4 different intervention groups. These groups were Mahapraan meditation only, color meditation only, the combination group in which they performed both forms of meditation, and the control group in which the participants performed no meditation. A trained meditation instructor guided the students through these meditation techniques in 30-minute sessions 3 times a week over a time span of 8 weeks. The 30-minute intervals were broken down as follows. To measure the effects these techniques had on the college students, a variety of tests were performed. The first, Connor's Continuous Performance Test 2, or CPT-2, is a computer-based program that highlights selective attention capacities, sustained attention capacities, and the impulsivity of the students. The test involves a series of letters flashed onto a screen with a variable time frame between the letters. This test has been used to assess the impact of mindfulness in young adults with ADHD. The next tests performed on the students were a series of 3 memory tests taken from the Automated Working Memory Assessment, or AWMA. These 3 tests were spatial recall, digital recall, and sentence recall. The AWMA has been validated in up to 22-year-old subjects. To measure positivity and negativity, the positive and negative affect schedule was used. This test consists of 2 10-item self-report mood scales measuring the distinct dimensions of positive and negative mood. Pulmonary function was also assessed in the students using standard spirometry. This measured vital capacity, forced expiratory capacity, and the ratio of forced expiratory capacity to vital capacity standardized to height and gender of each student. At maximum expiration, the peak flow rate of the students was also measured. Throughout the study, the duration of buzzing was measured and used as a determining factor of how well the students applied themselves and their level of compliance to regular buzzing and deep breathing. Furthermore, data analysis was completed by the FIU Department of Biostatistics. The data was either retrieved directly from the CPT-2 software or manually entered into an Excel sheet. The identity of the participants was not revealed to the data entry and analysis team, keeping them unbiased. SPSS software was used for data analysis, and t-test, ANOVA, and Wilcoxon's sign rank tests were used to determine significant changes between different intervention groups. As you can see in the t-test results in Table 1, the average buzzing time improved significantly with a p-value of less than or equal to 0.01. Additionally, certain cognitive measures demonstrated significant improvement. Digital recall, listening recall processing, spatial recall, and spatial recall processing all had p-values of less than or equal to 0.01. The table also displays significant improvement in both the positivity and negativity scores, with p-values less than or equal to 0.01. This slide reviews the findings highlighted from Table 1. Figure 1 displays changes seen in short-term working memory for spatial recall. As you can see, the percent increase in spatial recall and processing as measures for working memory was significant in the combined meditation group. Although it appears improvements in the control group were made, these were not significant changes as determined by data analysis. Figure 2 displays changes seen in short-term working memory for digital recall. The percent increase in the digital recall score as a measure of working memory was greater here, and again only significant in the combined meditation group. To conclude, in this study we were able to show in a large group minor benefits from Mahapraan only, or green color meditation only, but major benefits when both meditation practices were combined. These increases found were most pronounced in terms of improved positivity and digital recall. However, all types of Preksha Dhyana meditation testing here had positive effects on buzzing time, attention, and level of negativity. Amazingly, these effects were found in just 3 sessions a week over 8 weeks during college semesters in novices to meditation, indicating that further study is definitely warranted. From baseline, short-term working memory tasks show approximately a 10% improvement in both digital and listening recall, with a 5% improvement in spatial recall. Similarly, we found that there was a decrease in the commission of errors, which indicated decreased impulsivity in the college students. Overall, the level of negativity measured decreased the most at about 20%. It is possible that the Mahapraan sound-based meditation and the green color-based meditation affected different areas of the brain, thereby explaining the varying benefits seen. Interestingly, Wang et al. In 2011 found that areas activated by deep meditation techniques differed with those affected by a breathing-based technique in very experienced Buddhist meditators. Thus, we can draw parallels between the two forms of meditation used here and those used in our study. Although changes in one measure of increased focus and attention in this study was associated with the increase in buzzing seen across the board, other benefits highlighted were found independent of this buzzing time improvement, which suggests a more direct effect. The increase in buzzing time, though, does function as a proxy for compliance and therefore implies that the more the students apply themselves, the greater the improvement made. Looking forward, because we found benefits in both increased short-term memory as well as positive mood changes when the meditation techniques were combined, further study is warranted to determine the impacts of other components of Preksha Dhyana, both individually and cumulatively. The study also warrants a longer-term analysis and a study of the possible impacts on exam performance and grades in school for students. This study could also be taken one step further in order to determine the correlation of the improvements seen with the changes in the activity of certain regions of the brain. The eventual goal would be to better understand these techniques in order to personalize them for individual needs. Thank you so much for listening, and if you have any further questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to contact me at the email included.